made it to day number 5. Today we're talking about the throat chakra. And yes, this means your voice, but it also is how you express yourself to the world and how you handle and express the truth. So for those of you that have made it through all 5 videos, I'm so excited and so proud of you. I'm here to be your personal cheerleader because it takes a lot of work to work through all of that guilt and shame and fears and frustrations and to just really tackle all of this stuff head on. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for showing up. I'm proud of you for putting up with me for at least a half hour every day and putting in that work, filling out your journal, and sending messages and showing support for others, whether it be your family or your friends or even just yourself, by being the best version of yourself that you can be. So thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for using your voice. Because even just by showing up and commenting in the different discussions, you're also using your voice, because the internet has given us a very unique way to share our voice in the now, because we can reach somebody anywhere, anytime. So that being said, the throat chakra, it acts in a few very interesting ways. Yes, like I said, it's how we communicate and how you talk to others, how you accept your truth, but it's also how we express ourselves on the outside, how we dress, how our personalities come off, all of that fun stuff. We're going to dive into that in just a moment. But first, I want to share a quote with you. This quote is really important because it reminds us that it's important to be ourselves and to speak what's on our minds. The quote is, "To speak the truth, even if your voice shakes," and that's by Maggie Kuhn. It's a quote that helps me remember to always speak the truth to the best of my ability, even if I'm scared. Even if I'm scared if it's going to hurt the person, or it could hurt my friendship, it could hurt my position, because it's really important to share the truth, because that's how we heal. The truth sets us free. So let's talk about that for a moment. How do you express yourself? How do you express your truth? Are you somebody who communicates clearly, or are you someone who tries to avoid communication, especially about difficult situations, at all costs? Because depending on how you handle truth is how you activate and keep your throat chakra open. If you are very introverted, you probably have an issue a little bit here with your throat chakra. Not necessarily that it's closed, just that you process energy through it differently. Because some of us are very extroverted. Some of us are very introverted. I actually walk a fine line between them, and it really depends on where I am and who I'm surrounded by energetically. Personally, I'm usually all about trying to tackle and face those difficult situations because I'd rather the air be cleared. I don't like heavy energy and the elephant in the room. If something needs discussed or if somebody's upset or frustrated, I'd rather just talk about it. I'd rather be able to see it from another person's point of view and to just work through it. It's easier for me to talk because I've been in many relationships, especially with introverts, where it takes them longer to process what's on their mind. For me, it processes differently. I know what I want to say. I know why I want to say it. And I usually have an opinion about it. So I'd rather be able to express why I feel that way so that somebody understands me better. Where I struggle, though, is with my family. With my friends, my clients, people that I've just met, I'm okay. But with my family, it's a struggle. Because I deeply care what they think. And not that I don't care what other people think. I've been conditioned to almost be afraid of what my family thinks. And that's come up for so many of us this week. That seems to be a running theme, is that we're afraid of letting our family down. We're all trying so hard to be who our family's proud of because we want someone to be proud of us. It's like when I try to talk to certain people in my family, I just assume I'm not going to be heard anyway. So I just shut down and think, why does it matter? And if I don't, it turns into this battle, and I don't want to fight with them. I just want them to love me for who I am. And I've seen that from all of you too. We all just want to be loved for who we are. We just want to share our truth and respect each other. And many people that are willing to sit here and face and focus on their chakras, they've come to that conclusion of love. They're opening up. You guys are opening up, allowing yourself to feel these deep feels, and holding space for others to just be who they are. So many of the comments I've seen this week are, I don't care what it is you like. I'm just happy that you like it and that you can express that part of yourself. And that's made my heart so happy because you're a person that knows what living is all about. It's loving one another. It's allowing one another to speak their truth and to enjoy what they enjoy and to be themselves. And sometimes we think we don't matter. We're able to hold this space for so many other people. We hear each other's stories, but we think our story doesn't matter. And it does. It's one of the most important stories. Your voice is the most important voice in your story. It does matter. It matters so much to feel heard. I've come to the conclusion, if I can't get it out with my voice, then I gotta write it down on paper, I've gotta record it, I've gotta do something with it. Give it to them, bury it, burn it, but it's gotta be expressed and out of my body or it builds up physical blockages. And we don't want that. We don't want ulcers, we don't want throat issues, anything with breathing. That all comes from your throat chakra being blocked, as well as going up into your jaw and into your ears, where that begins to attach to your third eye chakra, which we'll talk about tomorrow. But these aches and pains around here, that's coming from your throat chakra and not being able to communicate. I used to get strep throat like so often that they were going to remove my tonsils, and every time it would get close to removing my tonsils, it would just stop because I was scared of getting my tonsils removed, and I would start sharing my voice. But when my voice would be lost, it was because I was holding it in so deeply that the universe took it from me. So it would remind me that as soon as I got my voice back, I would use my voice again. So there's also times I lose my voice from sharing too much. So you got to find that balance. Your chakras can be over or underactive. Right now I'm feeling in perfect alignment because I've been sharing my truth here with all of you as much as possible, and it's been coming out so easily because you guys are really receptive and willing to learn, and I am so grateful to have this space here with you to share my truth and for you to share your truth too, because you matter. I want you to share your voice and be able to communicate clearer. Finding ways to communicate clearly are so important. It also affects how we learn and accept information. Do you know if you're a visual or a hands-on learner? Or maybe you're an auditory learner. Maybe you're somebody who can read and learn just by reading it once. I am someone who likes to see how something is done, and then I can typically figure it out for myself. I'm an artist that if I have an image, I can create my own version of it. It makes sense. Now, if I just read instructions or like pictures, even though I'm a visual learner, it doesn't quite click the same. I like to be shown something. That's why I'm here in a visual with all of you, connecting in time and space so that you can see me and hear me. But I also give you something that's hands-on so you can write. And some of you just like to hear in the visuals too much. That's what the meditation's about. I'm trying to be able to help all of you no matter how you learn. But do you know how you learn? That's really important. It's part of your throat chakra. It's part of how you communicate and accept knowledge. So, how do you process your information? That's something I want you to kind of think about throughout the day. On the same sense, how do you handle the truth? Are you someone who prefers the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Or maybe you're somebody who does a little better when things are a little sugar-coated. You don't deal with all the pain and stress all at once. There's some people who cannot process stress. I had a grandmother that it was better to process things for her and figure out what information she needed, because otherwise emotionally it didn't serve her or anyone around her for her to be under that much stress. So some people process things differently. I have different clients that prefer the direct approach. Some prefer an indirect approach where we do activities that help them learn things rather than me just spelling it out for them. I've tried to do a little bit of all of that here with you. So thinking about how you handled the truth. When you express the truth to somebody, are you very direct? Or do you have to dance around things because it scares your heart, it scares your throat chakra, you get butterflies and you have to be like, okay, so how can I word this that it won't upset everybody? And I know there's different people. It's a process. But there are things to think about when you are trying to open and activate your throat chakra and figure out how to communicate clearly with the world around you. Maybe you're somebody in general who doesn't like to pry information that's not given to you. You're just living life, going with the flow. You're okay with whatever is given to you. You don't necessarily have very strong opinions to share. That's okay. But usually, many of us have some opinion, and it's so important to share it at least once in a while. Use your voice, use your life, and like express yourself. You don't want to just be a potato in the room that's just like, oh, I'm here. I'm just going along with the flow. Whatever everybody else is happy, it makes me happy too. That's cool and all, but what are you experiencing? What are you learning from that? What joy is that bringing you? I feel like most people have a voice and an opinion on what they want to experience in their life, and that's why you're here. So I would love to hear what it is maybe you've been holding back. We're going to talk about that in a little bit too. So, another thing I want to talk about is secrets. How are you with secrets? Are you somebody that can hold a secret? Or are you somebody that you just instantly have to share it with the world? Because there's all those people. Some secrets aren't good secrets to keep, and it's important to be able to share them with who needs to hear them. But a lot of families and groups and communities, they seem to have a lot of secrets these days. Many family secrets can create lots and lots of stress or pain on an individual or a relationship. I found that people who have to contain secrets from their family often end up with very physical ailments that have caused them stress and pain on their heart and in their circulation and in their mind. And it's just not good to have to hold in secrets that don't serve you and that cause you pain. If you're somebody who doesn't like secrets and you feel like somebody is revealing information to you that you're going to be caused stress by, just ask them to stop. Don't put that weight on your chest and in your life. Just say, this isn't something I need to be a part of. I appreciate that you are willing to share this part of yourself with me, but I don't feel comfortable with this kind of secret in my space right now. And hopefully they respect that. And if they are somebody who needs to release this secret to someone, lead them to a therapist. You can send them to a life coach or somebody with guidance to hold space for them that won't cause them the same stress as it might you being in their family or inner circle, because that's a lot. Secrets can really weigh a person down. So it's important to process these things clearly and detach yourself from areas that are hurting you, and to not be a part of harmful communications or hidden stories that you don't want to be a part of any longer. Maybe you know a set of friends that's cheating on each other with another friend, or maybe you know that so-and-so's kid is actually somebody else's kid, or who knows. There's all kinds of crazy secrets out there now, and it is a lot. So if you can detach yourself from it, or if it's weighing you down, write it down, or find a way to communicate with the person that you think that needs to be discussed with, whomever it needs to be discussed with, so that it's not causing aches and pains in other people's relationships. That's kind of a tough discussion and topic to cover. I understand. So if you need someone to hold space, that's what we're here for. So another thing that the throat chakra processes for us is anger. Everyone has anger. How do you express your anger, and how do you express things when you're upset? I know that I'm somebody that sometimes I let things bubble up and then I just have a meltdown, but usually when I get through my meltdown, I'm good, and I've found ways to release my high pressure moments that are usually not as hurtful as they definitely were when I was younger. Like I said earlier in the week, like my teenage process years were a lot for me to process. I didn't know how to process my frustrations. I would raise my voice. I would lash out and just hide from the world. And now I process things much differently. I use meditation. I use crystals. I use journaling. I have coaches of my own and people that I know I can release to. It's really important to build that support system and to figure out how you process anger. Are you someone who holds a grudge? Do you let things go too easily? Most situations differ for everyone. I used to be somebody who would never let things go. Why would I let things go? If somebody hurt me, then they're never going to change. Like, why would I do that? But I've realized people do change, and that grudges are just causing me frustration. It's like I'm giving them a piece of my energy that they don't deserve because I'm holding a grudge and thinking about how bad they've hurt me, or just how much I don't want to deal with them. And it's like giving my power and stress and like anxiety just builds for no reason. And it's also like thinking about anxiety and stress and creating anger, you can still build up energy blockages in your throat. So it's like one of those sayings is like, when you have anxiety about a situation that hasn't happened yet, you're worrying about it twice. And the way that you're worrying about it might not even be how it plays out at all. So you're just kind of building up and creating scenarios that aren't really helping you at all, and they're not helping you communicate clearly. So it's hard. Again, with the grudges, I've tried really hard to not hold grudges, because I used to, again, with partners, you would want to hold grudges that he did this or she did that, or friendships. However, a wise old man once told me, if it's not going to matter in 10 years, then it's not worth being upset about or going to bed upset about, because you don't know who's going to wake up in the morning. Your best friend could not, your partner, your kids. I mean, yes, those are terrible things to think about, but if it's not going to matter in 10 years, is it worth fighting with someone and holding a grudge with someone about that could potentially change your life and affect you for holding that grudge for so long? So again, I've really tried to hold space for healing for people, even if I'm really frustrated with them. If it's been a long time, I will allow them to change. Because if you don't hold space for people to change and give yourself time to communicate with them that change is necessary, then you're holding unnecessary anger, and you're not allowing other people to grow either. And you're probably putting a boundary on yourself where they don't expect you to grow. So it's a process. So yeah, there's definitely still people I don't get along with, and I may never get along with, but I try not to hold grudges in the same sense of that I'm going to talk like trash on that or whatever. It's been important to build very strong boundaries as to what nonsense we allow in our worlds. So I love my friends dearly, but some of the people I called close friends for a while just kept letting me down time and time again. So I had to find a way to communicate with them that I was not going to allow that kind of just inconsiderateness in my life. Because if somebody keeps letting you down over and over, it's time to set a boundary. You don't have to hate them, you don't have to hold a grudge, but you don't have to communicate with them on a daily basis either. So yeah, as you get hurt and you let people hurt you, it can hurt your confidence, and it can, again, take that power away from your voice. Basically, it's just really important to find ways to communicate clearly. And some of us are so shy that we don't communicate at all unless we're spoken to. Because believe it or not, this can be me at first in an uncomfortable crowd, and until I get my energy regulated to the room or audience of people I'm dealing with, I can be really quiet. And I usually try to find other people that are quiet in the room and open up discussion with them too, so that they don't feel left out in a discussion. So that being said, the throat chakra originates truth in communication, and it's blocked by lies. So not just lies you tell others, but lies you tell yourself. What lies do you tell yourself? It may be something such as, I'm happy in this job, and you really hate it. It could be, I don't care what they think, or I'm okay. But really, deep down it hurts, or it's something that you aren't really sure how to communicate, so you just keep lying to yourself. Those lies can still block you up there. So one other thing that is surprising is the throat chakra deals with our outer appearance, as well as how we express ourselves through clothing and accessories. This is as part of our self-expression and our personality. I know I personally have shifted my outer appearance quite frequently, from my early punk kind of very black gothy years to my early 20s. I was very businessy. I had a different attire. And now I have my rainbow fairy kind of gypsy energy. And I must say, this is my most comfortable and my most me. It's taken me 28 years to get to this point of just being myself and not caring. And I know for many of you, it may have taken you longer, or you may still not be in that point, and that's okay. Whenever you are starting this journey, you can change your life at any point in time. You can be a whole new you whenever you decide to be the best version of you, whatever that is. My family would have never allowed me to dress and act this way. They would have never allowed me to have rainbow hair growing up. Yes, they hated that I wore mostly black and my daily attire was jeans and a t-shirt or who knows what most of my life. But I've come to the conclusion that there is just no way to please everyone. So why try to please anyone but yourself as long as you're doing it in a respectful way? You're not intentionally trying to cause others pain, so if you find joy in who you are, then that's okay. Many of you have brought up your families this week, like I said, and I know that that is by far the hardest area of communication for healing for most of us. You know why? Because we can't control them at all. We can control who our friends are, we can control our job and leave and quit if we really want to, but we can't control who our family is, and deep down, so many of us just want them to be proud of us, but they are going to think and act however they please. But really, all you can do is to not let their opinion weigh you down and to be the best version of you that you can be. Because if that doesn't please them, then nothing will. And the truth is, I've come to realize that they don't even know how they want you to be. They're just upset that you're not following their every word or not being this perfect image of like a American child, whatever that is. Because I've come to the conclusion when I try to make the parental figures in my family happy, it's like they don't even know what would make them happy. I could be a lawyer, I could be a doctor, I could be as healthy as possible, and there's times I still feel like somebody wouldn't be proud of me. Because, as motivating, as driven, and as inspired as I am to be here and help people, I still feel like I'm not good enough for them. Because I don't get the same motivation that other kids do. And I don't even know what other kids it is in my head that I think gets this motivation, but I know that it's a feeling that I can relate to with a lot of you, where you just want your parents or your family or your brothers or your sisters or whoever it is that you admire to be proud of you. And another thing I've come to the conclusion is, if they're not somebody that you would take advice from, if they're not somebody that you would want to mirror your life after, then don't take criticism from them. Because they're not living a life that you want to live either. And if they're not happy with themselves and who they are, why would you want to be more like them or impress them if they're not content with the way that they're living their life either? So really, really, all we can do is focus on our own traumas, focus on what holds us back from feeling like the best version of us we can be, and do the best that we can to inspire them and to show them that we are doing the work and that we love ourselves. Because when we love ourselves, more people love us because we inspire them. And you love you, and they just want to love them too. Everybody deep down wants to love themselves and to have others be proud of them for being themselves. And that's why we're here. That's why we're doing this. That's why I created this program. That's why I do what I do. Again, I would more than anything in this world want my family to be proud of me. And I'm not saying that they're not proud of me in some sense. Most people are proud of somebody in some sense. But I've asked myself, if I could just be whatever it is it would to please them most, would I do it? And then I remind myself that, I would just rather be the best version of me and not what somebody wants me to be, because that's not what I'm here for. I believe I was born to live a life of joy to inspire others. And sometimes the people that we care about most in our life, as frustrating as that is, they don't want to see us succeed because it makes them feel bad. Because it makes them feel bad for not being a better version of them and having to push them harder to be the best version of them. So sometimes the people that we want to see succeed don't want to see us succeed, and that's kind of crazy, but it's true. And we're here with the throat chakra today, so I'm talking some truth. And I've been talking it for a while, so thank you for being here on this journey with me. I'm going to talk real quick about some ways we can heal this chakra, because I think that's important. I haven't dived into as many ways as we can heal it other than the journal prompts and meditation. And that's something, again, that I do in the deeper 8-week process. But some ways we can heal the throat chakra are by communicating how we really feel or talking to a safe and supportive person. Hi! That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here to offer one-on-one sessions as well. These include hearing about your story I call them power sessions. And the cool thing is I'm not going to diagnose you like a therapist. Instead, I'm going to sit with you whenever, wherever you are. I can do these in person. I can do them on the internet if you're not close. And I hold space to hear what is bothering you. And instead of giving you a medicine or trying to, like I said, diagnose you, I'm going to give you open communication. I'm going to sit there and love and hear you and where you would like to be in life. And instead of focusing on just the trauma and why you feel held back and really dissecting that, which we can do, instead we focus on your goals and where you want to be, and we work on manifesting your destiny. And then we also process the trauma and see why that's been holding you back. But more so, we really work on helping you manifest your destiny and bring your reality into the physical. Other ways to activate your throat chakra are speaking to friends, communities, sharing your story in groups that could help, or you really use your support, finding other support groups. You could write a book, you could write a poem, maybe designing your own clothes, and there's so much more. But again, if you want to schedule some time one-on-one with me, you can check out my website. I'll talk about that here at the end. But one major way to open your throat chakra is singing and chanting. That's why so many tribal groups and older and ancient communities would sing and chant, and they would have these mantras and these kind of like sing-alongs together. In fact, I want you to sing one of your favorite songs today. And if you could share what your favorite song is. And I'm going to do that too. I'm going to share like some of my Bring Me to Life music playlists in the comments for you to check out some new high vibe music if you need some high vibe music to get into. Because what you listen to really can affect your mood. If you're somebody who listens to heavy metal all the time, that's fine. But keep in mind that that's going to like weigh you down. It's a heavy frequency. I really like higher vibe music. But so many of us don't sing anymore. When I was a kid, my family used to kind of pick on me, and I didn't have the same outlook on singing as I got older. I felt very shy. But that being said, right here, right now, you can all join me in a little song. I'm going to put myself out there. I'm already here recording, so why not? And this is a song that I feel like everyone should know. That being said, I don't typically sing on camera, so this is a first, but I'm going to sing this verse 2 times so that you can sing it with me. Okay. Here goes. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And now you can join me. Let's go. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Now, didn't that feel good? I swear I have butterflies all through my throat, but it felt good to use my throat chakra. It's a song that has helped me inspire my light for as long as I can remember. It goes way back to when I lost my mother at a very young age. I was singing that song when I found out. So it's had a powerful effect on me. And if you didn't sing it with me, then you're missing out. Because one of my favorite things to do is to sing and to blast music in my car or in the shower and just let it loose. So if you didn't join me, that's okay. I hope that you will release your voice some way very soon. Maybe in the privacy of your own home. That's okay. Just let your throat open and sing a song. Anywho, that's a lot of info, and now that I've made a fool of myself, I don't ever sing in public, so you're welcome. Let's jump into the journals for today. Step 1. What are some things that you think in your mind or that you've felt but never expressed to anyone? What are some things that you've been thinking or feeling that you've wanted to express but have not been able to express to anyone? Part 2. What would you say to someone if you were not afraid of what they thought? What is something you would say to someone if you were not afraid of what they thought? Now, this one I'm going to actually give you a little bit extra. Think of one positive thing also, because those last two, they can be heavy sometimes. But I want you to think of a positive thing that you would tell somebody that maybe inspired you or that you were too nervous to tell them. A compliment or a moment that they changed your life, a story, anything. And I would like you to share it with that person if you can, if you feel confident enough to do so. How has somebody helped you? Because so often we don't tell people and communicate with people for the good things. And a simple thank you or acknowledgement for how somebody has helped you in your life can change somebody's whole world. Because we don't hear thank you enough. So tell somebody thank you for something they've done for you. All right, so try to be kind with yourself. Again, the journal prompts will be in the description of this video so you can tackle them later, because now I want to meditate. So get comfortable, and we're going to do a meditation. This one's going to be a little bit shorter and sweeter because there's been a lot of information in this video, and I already thank you for giving me so much of your time. So here goes. Thank you for being here with me for the throat chakra meditation. I'm super excited that you have made it this far. I want you to breathe deeply through your nose, out through your mouth. Really make that sound with your mouth so that you can feel that air pushing out through your throat. In through the nose, out through the throat. Do this a couple more times. Working with your throat will also assist you in improving your imagination and your creativity, remembering that it's connected to your self-expression. Giving yourself time to think so that you can communicate clearly is so important. Continuing to feel the breaths in your throat, allowing it to clear any blockages that may be in this space. As we're here focusing on this energy center, we remember that our throat chakra is not only communication and speaking clearly, but also listening to one another. What are a few things that you've been really wanting to tell someone? What have you been holding inside? What are some ways you can communicate with the ones you love clearer? What's one thing that somebody has said or done for you that has changed your world? Now remembering that chanting, singing, making noise is a way to express and open your throat chakra. So if you can, right here, right now, join me in doing a sacred sound that is known as the Om. We're going to do this 3 times before we end this meditation. We're going to try to hold it for a few moments. You can join in however you need according to your breath. did that with me, you may feel a nice buzzing sensation in your throat chakra, maybe even tingling down your spine through all of those earlier chakras that we've already activated. Now, while we're here in this space of stillness, I just want you to thank yourself for showing up this far, for following me on this journey, giving yourself this time. No matter when you got there, even if you feel behind, it's all okay. You are here in divine time. As you go about your day, your week, your month, your year, and even your life, I hope that you take something that you've learned thus far and today in your discussion about communication as you move forward and create new friendships and boundaries with the people that you love and wish to spend your time with. Again, I'm keeping this meditation nice and short and sweet today. So as you feel ready, you can begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers and exhale your eyes open. To be here with me in this space where we've been healing so many things. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. This was a longer video. Again, I want to give you your bonus point opportunity is to share a video of you using your voice. You can simply introduce yourself or something you've learned thus far. You can sing a song, or maybe you can, if you're a writer, you can share a poem or something you've written, something that inspires you, maybe your favorite quote. But I'd like to hear your voice. If you're not into video or sharing your voice, that's totally fine. And instead, just share a link to your favorite song or something that you sing when you're alone, whatever works for you, or maybe even just a time that you felt that you were really able to use your voice. So, whatever it is, I'm excited to hear from all of you in the discussion. It's already been so great. I feel like I have so many amazing new friends. Thank you for showing up, making friends, and changing the world with me. You've been making this week so awesome. I can't believe it's already day 5. Thank you for being here as always. I hope you are feeling as inspired as I am to share your voice and show up for the world. And I'm excited to hear you if you choose to share your voice with us somehow in the discussion. Again, congrats for showing up. You are more than halfway there. It's shine a freaking time, tribe. Woo! I hope if any of you are interested in my 8-week course that you please reach out to me, or if you are interested in working one-on-one in a private session, I have those opportunities too. If you haven't yet, take a peek at my website, fantasticshine.com, where I have my services listed as well as other goodness like crystals, meditations, podcasts, and more. Whatever it is that inspires you, I am hoping to have some or get more of it out there for you. If you know somebody that is looking for a speaker for a work or community event, I'm also open to stuff like that. So I'm opening up to my tribe so that I can offer to hold space for you in other places and times. And again, I'm going to drop a few of my favorite Bring Me to Life radio playlists that I've co-created in the comments and description so that you can enjoy some new high vibe music as you write your journals today. And until next time, stay awake and shine on always. Bye! Thanks for shining on with us.